Terra Luna, the price has exploded over the last few weeks, but I'm going to show you how we predicted this way back in May, and I'm going to show you how you can do the exact same thing using some really high level technical analysis, but I've made it simple for you. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We're going to dive deep into Terra Luna, the psychology of the market, but also seeing a reminder, what is Terra Luna? By the way, I'm Jigir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been trading currencies for over 15 years, featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008. But now I focus on crypto to help you out. So let's dive in. So we're on CoinMarketCap. Terra Luna today is $33. Man, it has exploded. Look at that price action. Wow. Just exploded. Now, just a quick reminder, what is Terra Luna? Terra is a blockchain protocol that uses fiat-pegged stablecoins to power price-stable global payment systems. All right, so let's just jump on their website, programmable money for the internet. That's what Terra is. And they partner with all the major blockchains to make it easy. I think it was this part here. I think it's it. There we go. You can see all the major blockchains, powerhouse. But what we're going to focus on today is the price action. Now, before we jump into the live charts, I want to show you my trade log. So this over here is my trade log. Let me see if I can just zoom in. This was on 31st of May. 31st of May, this was the technical analysis. We said Terra Luna looks like it's done a nice wave 1 and is doing an ABC correction. And you know by now, after a wave 2, what you should anticipate is a wave 3 where we go on to make new highs. And oh my gosh, has Terra Luna made new highs. So let's jump in over here to the live chart. Look at that price action. Wow. So again, just a quick reminder, check this out. This is beautiful when it pegs out like this. Let me do it like this. See if this works for us. If I can move this over here. Let's see if I can move this over here. And if it lets me, no. I was going to try and see if I can show you the chart over here. This down here is this section down here. And we said, look, it's looking like a wave 2 low. And I'm going to show you how I came up with this time and price, and it pegged it nicely. It took a bit of a while to unfold, but when it broke out, it really broke out. And we're going to look at where is it likely to go next. So let's minimize that. So would you like to see how we projected this wave 2 and how you can do the same with other projects? Because obviously now Terra Luna has taken off. Right down here it was around $4. And right now it's like $32. Still make good money on it. But we are always looking to buy low, sell high, right? Buy low, buy in this kind of area here, and then looking to sell when it already really breaks out. And this part here is tough to make money here. You can still make good money here, but here, you know, the train has left the station. That's how I like to think about it. Here, the train is at the station. Yeah, and that's where we want to be buying. We want to find opportunities time and time again. So would you like to see how I projected this low and how you can do the same? So full disclosure, with technical analysis, you don't get it right all the time. It's all a probabilities game. It's a game of probabilities. That's just what it is. So I'm going to need to take you back just very quickly to this. I think it's here. I'm going to take you back here because I did a couple of videos. I'm going to delete this. And at the time, I actually thought, if we just ignore this for a second, when the market looked like this, what my thinking was that this looks like a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we should go on to make another wave 5. That's not how it unfolded. We had a bit of a move to the upside, and then the market just went down to a new low. And when that occurs, you have to just step back and say, okay, it wasn't what we anticipated. Let's reevaluate. And that's when we reevaluated. This was the reevaluation, and says, okay, now this does look like a wave 1. And this looks like an ABC correction, always expecting a minimum of 3 waves. Now it just looks textbook. So if we just now update this, because this is an important lesson, Terra Luna, but also just for every cryptocurrency, you can apply this lesson. And by the way, my masterclass, my free crypto, there's no crypto masterclass, it's Elliot with Fibonacci masterclass. I'm going to teach you how to do this because this is so powerful. So when the market looks like this, obviously we know what's unfolded, but when I did the analysis back on May 31st, which was around here, right? Down here, where you see it on the Word document here. When I did the analysis, this is exactly what I did ahead of time. because once the train has left the station, and it's hard to catch that train. You have to wait for the next train. So what we're going to do is a couple of things. First, macro picture. This wave 1, wave 2. Typical wave 2 corrects in the range of 78.6%. So if I just do this, makes it easier for us. I'm going to do it from here, from down here. Click, click, 2 clicks for a retracement. And the main numbers that we want, the typical maximum correction is 78.6. The typical minimum is 50%. So you can see 50%, we've blasted through 50% and it's right at this 78.6%. So straight away we go, okay, we want to be aware that there's a price A, B, C, and we're at the 78.6. That's like that first big indicator. But then that's not enough information. We need more information. So then we do something called an extension. We measure this, what we're calling a wave A, from the low to the high, or low to high to the low, because we're doing it the opposite way now, and then we project it forward here. And by the way, if I just do a quick, with daily data, it's a bit more accurate if you do closing day data. Yeah, closing rather than the bar charts because of the daily intraday movements. So if we just do this one again with the closing data, it's just a bit more accurate when it comes to Fibonacci. You see that makes a difference. Now we've got this 100%, which is the most typical, but 1.618 is the maximum typical of a wave C. So now we can get rid of this. So now we've got 2 things on 2 different time frames saying, hey, Gear, this looks like Terra Luna is making a wave C of a wave 2 low. And if that's the case, what should we anticipate? We should always anticipate a wave 3, right? Which is, will go on to make new highs. That's what we're anticipating. But is this enough information? Well, we can do another degree down in time frame, but actually what we're going to do is time analysis. Now, this is powerful. This is so powerful. In a nutshell, you have to make a subjective decision. Where is the wave 1 low? I'm going to choose it from here because that's where the movement starts to move up, and then measure the wave 1 high. And then a typical correction is a minimum of 50%. We can see where we've shot past 50%, and the typical maximum is 1.618, 100 to 1.618. So now we've got this maximum range. So we're in that maximum range. So we go, great, that's really valuable information. But then also, the wave C often has a relationship with wave A in terms of time. And we're going to do the same thing again. The typical, most common is actually 100%. And that's what this one is here. Let's just change the color so it's obvious for us to see. Let's just change it to green. So now we've got this really narrow time frame and price. Look at this. Look how narrow that is. And this is ahead of time. Got this here. When we pull up the analysis that we did, this is what we had. Look at this. These 2 lines, the green one is this line here, and we've got these 2 projections over here. So it's a beautiful cluster. Yeah, and that gives us a high probability. And then it's just trade strategy, going long on a 1 bar high, etc., etc. So then how Terra has unfolded, it went sideways for quite a while, and it wasn't clear if it was going to unfold. We can get rid of this as well. Let's just get rid of this. So wave 2, it's a wave 2 unless this low gets taken out, right? If the price goes below this low, then we need to reevaluate. So this low is very, very key. And as the market unfolded, didn't take out the low, and then we had a breakout. Yeah. So what I mean by a breakout is the price goes above this and closes above this, and this is a real first indication that we could have the beginning of a new trend. We also look at momentum indicators as well, the next bullish reversal, a few other things. So when this occurs, there's 2 things you want to take into account, because we know what happened to Terra Luna now, right? We know the price action. The price action has exploded. Like if we look at the price, we know it's done this, right? It's exploded. But what I want to show you is how we can project that in advance and prepare for that in advance. So what you're always looking to do is say, look, we don't know what's going to happen, but the high probability is that Terra Luna should do a minimum of 50% to this movement to the downside. Right? So when the market unfolds to this point here, we don't know if this is a correction. Like this right now, let me just delete this, could potentially be an A, B, C correction, and the market continues to the downside. So if you've got stop losses, this is where you move your stop losses to break even. This is where you can take some money, some profit, because it's the minimum expectation. And then what we do, we say is on the next bearish reversal, take some profits on like half of your position. But then the market, the majority of your position, you want to leave into the market. Why? Because if we are correct with this 1, 2, 3, what is a typical wave 3 projection? Now that's the big question. Well, I'm going to show you, and you can project this again in advance. This is powerful stuff, guys. If you measure this wave 1 and project it forward from this wave, what we're saying is a wave 2 low, the two numbers is 1.618 and 2.618. Again, these ones I did earlier. Let me just get rid of those. Yeah, so we've got 1.618. So that's our expectation for a wave 3, and an overextended wave 3 is 2.618. So these are big price movements. These are $38 and $50, almost $60. And down here, we were at around $4 or $5. So now the price is really taking off. It's at $14. Again, I've backdated the data, so we're just seeing it unfold. And then when the market, if I just do this, well, at this stage, we don't know, but now it's looking more likely that it's a new trend. Why? Because we've got this movement to the upside. It's not that clean. We've got this movement to the upside, and it's beyond 1.618. When it's beyond 1.618, the probability that is a wave 3 unfolding as opposed to a wave C unfolding goes in the favor of the wave 3. And then the market just exploded. Look at this. Look at this. It's beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So that's what we had with Terra Luna. So now we've gone above this wave 1 high, broken above it, clearly broken above it. And we are looking like we're fast approaching this next Fibonacci level of 1.618. So this is where we want to be very aware, very aware. This looks like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We'll probably get some type of correction, 4, 5. So we'll end up probably getting a wave 3 around this kind of zone. We can get rid of this here. But the main thing I wanted to show you today was we can project in advance, right? This down here, we projected in advance. We've said, look, let's see if that comes back. I want to go here. Yeah, we did this analysis back on May 31st. This analysis here to say, look, this is looking like a low, high probability wave 2 low. And now that it's broken out, we go, great, what's the next price level? Well, the next price level, we want to do two things. One more thing, we've done one of them already, which was the extension. We want to do the external retracement. We measured the high to the low, and the two key numbers for our wave 3 is 1.618 to 2.618. And what this does for us, it gives us really two clear price zones. We got this zone and this zone. We can also do a time analysis saying the minimum time taken for a wave 3 to unfold should be the same time taken for a wave 1. So we go here. So you see we're beyond that already. And the typical maximum is the time it takes for a wave 1 to a wave 2 low to form projected forward. So now we've got a lot of lines. So let's just clean this up, right? We've got a lot of lines going on. Let me just clean this up. So we've got this is no longer relevant. This time has passed. Great, let's just get rid of these. We can get rid of this question mark because we can be confident now it's a wave 2. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of this. Brilliant. But now what we have is we've got these two price and time clusters. We've got this zone here, and we've got this zone here. But now what we want to look at is, what does this structure look like? Now this is not a very clear, this I would almost say this is a 1, 2, making a 3. So it looks more like this. This is what I'm seeing. Because we can't count it from here. Technically it's from here. So let's just do it correctly. As a wave 1, 2. Well, it looks like a wave 3 forming of a wave 3, like it's really, really exploded. Yeah, it actually could be a wave 3 here, a wave 4, and then a wave 5 of a wave 3. So let me just show you what I'm seeing here. Here. So I'm going to change this to a wave 3. Let's just pop this back. Yeah, so if this is the case, This could be an overextended wave 5 of a wave 3 coming to this zone. Again, it's not very clear. We need a bit more data. But what we're going to use is some momentum indicators in a second to see is it likely to be ending. So let's actually just jump into a weekly chart. Top left, look at the weekly momentum. It is severely overbought, where the blue line is ready to cross below the red line to say the upside movement should be limited. We want to take that information, say, okay, that is really, really important to us. We are fast approaching a Fibonacci price zone, which is really, really significant. That's really, really important. So we've got two things, we've got momentum and a price zone. The pattern unfolding, it's not very clean like this part here, but we can say it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a very overextended wave 5. So if that's the case, which it looks like, we can do a Fibonacci price extension for an end of a wave 5. And by the way, an end of a wave 5, the most typical is 100%. And we can see we blasted through that. So it's likely, the likelihood is we're going to see some type of resistance here and should anticipate a wave 4 correction. Let's now just look at the daily chart. The daily chart is also severely overbought on the momentum. So let's just zoom in here. We'll just do it like this. We can just bring this down. Boom. Yeah, so we've got overbought on the daily also. So this next bullish reversal, which looks like it's pretty much ready to occur, we should anticipate at least some type of wave 4 correction, which will be longer than this one or this one. Right, and it would probably marry up to something similar to this. Now we may see that the correction, the wave 3 actually explodes, and if it does, gets to the next level, and that's where we should anticipate some more resistance. But yeah, the main thing here that I wanted to show you is not very clean wave 1, but 2, 3, 4, and then this 5. We've got this projection up here. It's overextended. You can see that it's overextended. Yeah, so I would anticipate, if you're in this, is to start considering taking profits. Trading stop losses are a good strategy. So you can go, okay, on the next 1 bar low or 3 bar low, you can start taking some profits. But it's done amazing. I'm just looking at this to see if there's any other information that we should add to this. I'm going to keep it quite broad and very useful at the same time. Yeah, let's see how it unfolds, because it will really tell us how this pullback happens. There'll be some type of pullback at some point. And how this pullback unfolds will give us more information. So Terra Luna, let me know how you found that to date in terms of Elliot wave and Fibonacci, because we did bring it up on the Word document. You see it was logged like this ahead of time, May 31st, ahead of time, with a bit of patience. You know, trading on a 1 bar low or a swing high, we're definitely forming a wave 3. But let me know what you found most valuable. You know, Elliot wave analysis, which is the pattern, or the Fibonacci price, or is it Fibonacci time? Let me know what we want me to teach you more of, because my masterclass is coming soon. It should be hopefully within the next 7 days, and then I'm going to teach you this stuff for free. I'm going to show you how we do this on a practical level, time and time again, so you can do it on the coins that you're looking at also. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let's finish on a quote. I'm going to take a quote from my book. I'm going to pick a random chapter. Let's see what the quote is on chapter 7. Let's see. Aristotle. Those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. It takes a lot to teach. And sometimes teaching actually is one of the best ways of learning, because you have to learn stuff to a whole new level when teaching. So feel free to teach this stuff to somebody else, or try and explain it to someone else. And that will test your level of understanding. But once you understand, you can teach it. And that actually leads to a deeper knowing of the information where it becomes practical. All right, have a brilliant day. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you soon.